Ryan Aber from newsok.com here at AT&T Stadium, where on Saturday night, Oklahoma won the Big 12 title with a 39-27 win over Texas, joined by Joe Mussatto. And Joe, this was not the Oklahoma score fest that we've seen so much this season. Oklahoma had to find different ways to win this game.
No, yeah, it wasn't the score fest at all. It wasn't what we saw from these two teams in the first meeting at the Cotton Bowl. Not everything came easy for Oklahoma's offense. They had to grind out a few drives, and they were able to do that. Kyler Murray was, again, pretty spectacular. But, you know, the defense is the thing that I think everyone is going to be talking about, and especially the big plays that they made.
Yeah, one of the big plays, it looked like this was going to be one of those hold-your-breath games for Oklahoma. There, CeeDee Lamb makes a great catch, stays in bounds, and runs it inside the 10, but then fumbles, give Texas the ball. I think it was a little bit over 9 minutes to go in the game, and you think, oh, here we go again. Texas is going to get a chance to go down and score to take the lead, but instead, Ruffin McNeil dials up the corner blitz. Trey Brown comes pretty much straight to Sam Ehlinger and just ran right through him for the safety. Oklahoma's offense responds after that safety with a long drive of its own to put away the game on a great Grant Calcaterra catch. But that Trey Brown safety really probably the defining play of this game.
Yeah, defining play of the game, however you want to phrase it. That play really did it. Trey Brown just came screaming from that corner spot. And Ruffin McNeil said after the game that Oklahoma had dialed up that play 7 to 8 times minimum. It didn't look like that because based on different formations, based on where Texas was on the field, different guys were being called on to blitz in that situation. But on that particular play, it was Trey Brown's turn, and it was the right call from Ruffin McNeil.
Outside of what happened here, the two main focuses for Oklahoma was the college football playoff and Kyler Murray's Heisman chances. Let's start with the playoff, Joe. Georgia almost beats Alabama, but doesn't quite get there. Alabama wins. Seems like it sets up pretty well for Oklahoma, likely to play the Crimson Tide in the playoff.
Yeah, it looked like potential celebration turned to kind of disappointment for Oklahoma tonight had Georgia beaten Alabama, but Alabama held on. And barring something really unforeseen, you know, it seems like Oklahoma is going to get that 4th place ahead of Ohio State and ahead of Georgia.
Yeah, of course, Ohio State still has yet to play Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game. As we're filming this, we'll see what happens there. But also, Joe, Kyler Murray's Heisman Trophy chances were increased today, not only by his great performance, was able to avoid the turnovers that plagued him in the first meeting between these teams, but also with Alabama winning the way it did with Jalen Hurts, not Tua Tagovailoa, leading them to that victory.
Yeah, if you're Tua, it's not the moment you're really looking for at the end of the season where he's on the sidelines, he's injured in that final game, and then Kyler Murray's here leading the Sooners to a Big 12 title. You know, I think it just sets up for an incredibly close vote. Tua's been ahead all season long, and then you wait till this final game, and it might be the turning point for Kyler Murray in this race.
Yeah, it could be a close vote. Of course, the closest vote in history, Bo Jackson, a player that we've talked about a lot with Kyler Murray when he won over Chuck Long, so we'll see what happens. But you can check out our coverage every day at newsok.com and every morning in the Oklahoman for the best OU coverage anywhere.